Good morning, students. My name is Okoneji Monsoon Ade. I'm from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Graduate Polytechnic. I will be teaching you Telecommunication Engineering. Telecommunication Engineering is a very interesting course in that it's taught in a way that will reflect normal day-to-day experience. Uh, let's start with telecommunication definition. For us to understand the definition in a very simple form, let's look at the word as it appears, telecommunication. So there are basically two main parts. The first part being tele and the other being telecommunication. The word actually is a compound, though it was adapted from French into English, and to say it's a compound of the Greek prefix tele, which means distance, and the Latin word communicare. The word communicare means to share. Now, compounding the two, tele and communicare, distance and share. So we see that it's got to do with a process of conveying information signal from a point to another, and this is usually mainly over reasonably long distance by electronic means. So the root word here, the key word for this definition is information conveying, and this must be information signal, not just information. It's a signal that will convey from one point to another, and this is by electronic means. So this should help us to understand some few definitions or few things we come across in our normal daily life. Now, if you hear the word television, for instance, you see that vision has to do with things we see, visual, and tele, as we have said here, means something distant. So television means seen distance, from distance rather. So we can explore some other things that have to do that has the word tele, and then we can from the root words we can know what basically the origin of the meaning. Now let's move to telecommunication system. What we have here is a simple block diagram. The block diagram is a simplified one that explains what a telecommunication system is. From this block diagram, we see uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So this one being why we why this one is made a block is simply because of this input transducer. Our information source is basically the input, while the output signal is the output in this case. So now let's look at information source. It could be that a person or a system wants to send a particular information to from point say A to another point say B. This information uh, could be in form of, since an information source is information source rather, it could be voice, it could be picture, it could be plain text, it could be a combination of voice and picture, which is usually a video. So that's our information source. But because we are using an electrical or electronic system, we need something to convert that source to electrical form. For instance, uh, if you want to send a voice note to somebody, then you need the mouthpiece of your system or a microphone in this case to convert the acoustic energy, sound, to electrical energy. So if you have your phone and the mouthpiece, which is the input microphone, doesn't work, then you will not be able to hear. The person will not get what you said. You will just record a noise. A noise in this case simply means an unwanted signal. So we need something to convert the information source to electronic form. So these are basically our input transducer. So another example of input transducer could be a video camera. A video camera would capture a moving picture and then voice. So those are input transducer are basically energy converter. They convert energy from one form to another suitable form. Now the next one is transmitter. Transmitter, as the word implies, basically converts electrical signal into a form that is suitable for transmission through the physical channel or transmission medium. So for us to have a transmitter, there must be something that receives. But in between them is a channel. We shall discuss this channel a bit in detail. So for the channel, this is the transmitter that processes the information so that it will be able to pass through the channel and then to the receiver. So that's what transmitter does. In radio and TV broadcasts, National Broadcasting Commission in Nigeria specified the frequency range for each transmitting station. The transmitter must translate the information signal to be transmitted into the appropriate frequency range that matches the frequency allocation assigned to the transmitter. Signal may be transmitted by multiple radio stations, uh, and because of the allocation of the channel frequency, then there will not be interference, or we say the interference effect is minimal because it is managed in a way that there will not be much interference, or the impact will not be too severe on the information signal. This transmitter must translate the information signal to be transmitted into the appropriate frequency range that matches the frequency allocation assigned to this transmitter. Signals transmitted by multiple radio systems do not interfere with one another by this management of the frequency allocation by the relevant body. We say in Nigeria we have the NBC, which is a National Broadcasting Commission for Radio Transmission. You will notice that in telecom too, we have our NCC, which is the National Telecommunication Commission. So, and so on and so forth. Similar functions are performed in telephone communication system when the electrical speech signal from many users are transmitted over the same cable. In the whole what is no longer fashionable in Nigeria, though still operational in many other countries, where you have uh, a physical electrical connection between the transmitter and the receiver. In general, the transmitter performs matching of the message signal to the channel by a process we call modulation. So we know it is between the channel, the transmitter processes the information signal into a form that is suitable for this channel so that the receiver can get the information. Now let's look at channel. As we have said, this channel will be a guided channel or an unguided channel, which is wireless. For instance, our radio system is wireless. A radio system does not require a physical connection between the sender, a transmitting station, or a transmitting mobile phone to the receiver. So actually, our mobile phone is a transceiver. It's able to perform the function of transmission and is also able to perform the function of receiving the signal. So that's why we can say that one is a transceiver. Trans from the word transmitter and receiver from the word receiver. So a device that performs that is known as transceiver. For instance, we have the base stations, what we normally call communication masts. Mast there is just a tower system, but we have the main device there, which is transceiver. The mast is the antenna, but we have a transceiver. It's a base transceiver station. That's why we call it BTS or BST, base station transceiver. It has a device to communicate with our system, send information to us, and it can also receive information we send. So we'll discuss that in detail later on. So what concerns us here now is that our channel, or what we call transmission media, could be guided or an unguided. So it is guided when there is a electrical connection from the sender to the receiver. Like a typical example of uh, the communication channel that we can have in a network of computer, when you have to have a physical electrical connection from uh, let me say from the particular system, that from all the systems that are networked. But you could have it wireless when all the network systems are not connected by cable to cable. So I think we have uh, explained what we mean by guided and unguided channels. So guided is wired, while unguided is wireless. So this guided could be twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, or optic fiber cable, the OFC. The twisted pair cable are the normal ones we see around. They are common. We just have a cable and another cable, maybe usually two. So it's a conductor and that conductor. But these conductors are insulated. They are twisted in order that if you have them straight, the first one straight and the other straight, and there could be noise from surrounding. So when this noise impinges on this part, it may not impinge on the other part if it's a straight cable, a straight pair cable. So at the end of the day, there will be difference between the voltage at the two ends. So when there is difference between the voltage at two ends, it will constitute noise. I mean the difference in the noise at this, so the noise will add to the information it sends. But when it's twisted like this and you have noise impinging on this one, so if it doesn't impinge on this one, but because by the time they are twisted, so almost the same thing will fall on the two sides. So at the end of the day, potential difference will be difference in the voltage, the noise voltage here, and it will cancel out. So that's the essence of using it as twisted pair cable. So the next one is coaxial cable. Coaxial cable looks like this. It's like a conductor within a conductor. See, there's an inner conductor here, and there you still have a conductor, which if you have looked at the cable that you use for your TV, RG, I think RG45, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure that's radio government 45 cable that we use for TV connection from the antenna or dish of our. I don't want to promote companies. Those companies that offer us a cable TV network. So the cable that comes from the antenna, the dish, to our receiving device that will now connect to our TV. So the cable that comes from there. So you see, you have a conductor, which is usually a copper, and then you have an insulating device, and then you now have a metal material, most times too like aluminum. Then you now have another insulator before you now have a plastic covering for protection. Then the next one is optic fiber cable, the one you see telecom company dig ground. But before they do that, they get right of way from government. So this is basically a glass or a plastic core, and then you have the plastic cover. Then you have blue point Kevlar. This gives its strength, and then they have the outer jackets. This is optic fiber cable. So they have advantages over one another. The twisted pair cable is with lowest bandwidth, meaning that the range of frequency it can carry is minimum, while coaxial has is better compared to this in terms of frequency, and optic fiber cable is better in that regard. So optic fiber cable, you will notice it's not easy to install, that you have to get the right of way, and apart from that, the cabling to is more expensive than this. This is equally more expensive than this, and though they have all their own advantage. You cannot want to connect the network of system within the organization and be looking for optic fiber cable. That is unreasonable. The worst you will do is use coaxial cable. But say for instance you want to network systems in your department, you could actually use this coaxial cable. But let's say computer engineering now wants to link with let's say computer science has its own network, electrical has, uh, computer engineering has, and for you to join the three now, you can use already here you have at your own department you have coaxial cable. This, I mean, sorry, twisted pair. This one also have twisted pair. This one twisted. By the time you now want to join, so that you can have interconnection of your network, then which we can term internet now, because here you say intra, but the internet here is small letter high internet. By the time you want to join, you can actually use what do we call the coaxial cable. So, but suppose now the whole department, every department now has a center here, and this center wants to join to another school, say then it's okay. Also, you want to join, so you can now use the optic fiber cable to link, so that you know here you are using smaller frequency. By the time everything joins together here, the range of frequency has increased, which is higher bandwidth now. So you can use the optic fiber cable to connect to such end. So that's that. So our receiver uh, is the device that receives the information that we get. Like at home now, when broadcasting stations, when they process information, they send through transmitter and we receive with a small radio receiver, or it will be telephone. You call me, or your phone signal is not sent directly to me, even if we are in the same room. What we'll do is I will communicate with the base transceiver. The base transceiver will now send to me. That's why you see BTS all around, because the GSM on mobile communication is structured in a way that there will be cells. So these cells will be in a way that for me to talk to you, even if you are together like this, my communication is not from you to you. I will send my signal to the base transceiver. It is the base transceiver that will now send to you. Even the same process occur if you want to send to somebody, say in Australia, your phone will get signal and you communicate with the BTS. BTS will go through some process too before it links with the person in Australia. So what happens is you with your BTS, he with his BTS, and then there are some other processes too before it now gets to voice. As simple as it appears, there are complex stages involved. So we understand that there is transmitter and there is receiver. So the transmitter sends, the receiver receives. But we could have devices that are transceiver. A device that can send and receive is what we term as transceiver. So we have the output transducer. Like we said the other time, if voice sends perhaps over a phone, you must have uh, an output transducer. For instance, if your phone is bad, maybe the earpiece is bad, the earpiece in this case is the output transducer. It receives, the device receives the information, the receiver. So we can say our mobile unit, this is our phone in this case, is the receiver, but it has a part that must convert the signal it gets in electronic form, say now, to uh, acoustic form. So if the acoustic part, the part that converts it to acoustic energy is not functioning, people may hear you because your microphone is good, but because your speaker is not good, then it will be so. Output transducer, like if you send a video, for instance, I must have a monitor to see what happens, and this monitor must have a speaker. The receiver must have speaker, it must have a monitor for me to monitor the images, and the speaker for me to get the voice. So by the time we have them, then we get our output signal. So I think that concludes the class. So study this, you can read some other material too. The material sent to your portal should as well be read, and then we we attempt the assignment.